ever feel like you fucked up somewhere a long time ago? You're living the wrong life, like a bad version of the life you're supposed to have. I used to think that I was gonna be someone that like people cared about. Like maybe do something important.
You know what I'm sick and tired of, Harry? I'm sick and tired of having to eke my way through life. I'm sick and tired of being a nobody. But most of all, I'm sick and tired of having nobody.
There's nothing out there for me.
And that's the problem. You hung up your cape and your cow, but you didn't move on. You never went to find a life. But you're not living. You're just waiting, hoping for things to go bad again.
I think you can be anything you want to be.
Maybe in your world, Robert, doesn't really happen that way in mine.
Change your world.
In life, dreams do come true. Anything you want can happen and become a reality.
And so whatever reasons that we usually give ourselves in the beginning for why we can't achieve something, you can almost always find not only just someone, but someone who's achieved world-class levels of success with worse conditions than you currently have, which then means it's absolutely possible, and then the only thing that it takes to get there is work.
Progress, not perfection.
It is astounding how many people want to be spectacular in life but also want to fit in and be normal. Like, by being normal, you are, by definition, aiming for average. Normal people get normal results. Weird people get weird results. You literally can't do what everyone else does and not expect to get what everyone else has. By doing what everyone else does, you guarantee average results.
85 to 90% of life is just showing up. Show up. If you show up, there's a chance something could happen.
What have you learned about how to deal with and overcome fear?
Go. When all that fear that's in your head, all the what ifs and the scenarios that you create inside your own mind that are way worse than anything that is actually going to happen, they all disappear when you go.
If you want to achieve success, you're going to have to pay the price. And it won't be cheap. It'll be tireless nights, long days, empty bank accounts, depressing thoughts, isolation, loneliness, tribulation, heartaches, headaches, and a lot of pain. But on the other side of pain is success. And if you understand that and you have that as the beacon in the forefront of your life, work becomes more bearable. The journey becomes more enjoyable because you understand that in due time, you will reap.
Mock trial is about figuring out what type of lawyer you want to be, and there's only two types: winners and losers.
Okay, that sounds great, Harvey, but I haven't prepared. I don't have anyone to play my client or my witness, and apparently I'm going up against someone that I can't trust.
Figure out a way to beat him anyway. Winners don't make excuses when the other side plays the game.
If you're a dude and you're 22 years old and you feel like you're directionless, get your shit together, man, and go start making things happen.
For God's sakes, what the hell happened to you? What kind of damage was done to you? Caring only makes you
Weak. They think you care, they'll walk all over you.
One of the major plights of humanity, myself included, is the expectation that life should be different than it is. And so we create this idea that whatever we have right now is not what it should be. And I think should is the root of all pain. Is that all the things that we think should happen but aren't is basically the measurement of our pain. And so I've tried to eradicate should from my life. Should for other people, she should do this, they should do that. And just lean into is. It just is this way.
I'm like, I buried my friends that are 27 years old, 30 years old, 31 years old. Like, that's horrible. And so people that got this full run, man, be thankful that they got that full run.
You know, we're prepared to sort of waste years trying to work out what would take us days to do. It is. I understand why some people have degrees of regret around that, because they think, fuck, like I don't know where that time went. I wish I'd known this thing sooner. But again, if action's the antidote to anxiety, the only way that you can work out what it is that you need to do is by hurrying up and doing it.
I see all this potential, and I see squandered. God damn it, an entire generation pumping gas. waiting tables, slaves with white collars, working jobs we hate, so we can buy shit we don't need. We're the middle children of history, man. No purpose or place. We have no great war, no great depression. Our great war is a spiritual war. Our great depression is our lives. All been raised on television to believe that one day we'd all be millionaires and movie gods and rock stars, but we won't. Slowly learning that fact. Very, very pissed off.
And there's a narrative that we should not criticize ourselves. We should not say the things that we could have done better. But I believe that that voice isn't an insecurity. I think it's a version that wants you to chase your potential.
For better or worse, life is really short. And it's this ridiculous irony that you only see in retrospect how short it is. Right? It doesn't feel short at the time. But I bet when you get to your 80s and you look back, you think, holy fuck, that went by in no time at all.
Yeah, you're gonna blow some stuff. You're gonna make some bad decisions. You're gonna screw some things up. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Like those make for good stories, man. Go get them. Go make them happen. Don't sit around being afraid that you might screw something up. You're gonna screw something up. That's guaranteed. Go do it. Get a good story out of it. Go get yourself punched in the face a few times. It's gonna be good for you.
Let me tell you something. This isn't elementary school. This is hard work. Long hours, high pressure. I need a grown goddamn man.
You give me this, and I will work as hard as it takes to school those Harvard douches and become the best lawyer you have ever seen.
Even if 99% of them fail, you only have to be right one time. You don't have to figure it all out in advance. You can be wrong, you can pick the wrong career, you can pick the wrong job, you can pick the wrong spouse, you can pick the wrong whatever. But you get it right one time, you're set.
The Buddha was trying to teach a lesson, and he says, does it hurt? And, the student was like, yes, it would be hurtful. And so he says, okay, if I were to shoot you with, a second arrow in the same spot after the first arrow, would that hurt? And he said, yes. He said, the first arrow is life. He said, you can't avoid the first arrow. He said, but the second arrow is you. And that one you can avoid.
Look, you can walk down a straight line without worrying about anything, but you take that exact straight line and put it 20 stories high, mm-hmm. You know I'm going with it, yep. And you remove the balconies, you're gonna be so concerned about the idea of falling that it will make you fall. Yep. And that's where the superpower is in removing the fear.
If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving.
Irrespective of domain, if you seek to be good at something, then you have a tremendous deficit in experience and repetitions that people who are ahead of you or who have achieved what you want to achieve have over you. And so the only thing that you have, now you do have an advantage, you have a couple. Number one is that you will have more energy than they do, period. And so your ability to work long hours, sleep less, and maintain high levels of focus while maintaining peak fluid intelligence is at its peak. Use it. The second thing is that you have nothing to lose. And so the thing is people always fear being the new entrant. But when you have nothing to lose, or you have nothing going for you, it also means you have nothing to lose. You have unlimited shots on goal. And so not taking the shot is like saying, life, I don't want to scratch off this lottery ticket, but the lottery ticket's free. Why would you not scratch it off and try it?
And again, if the fear of failure, the fear of the unknown is worse than the actual thing, it all ties together.
I don't have dreams, I have goals. Now it's on to the next one.
I know that my message won't resonate with everyone, and that's okay. But it's for the few people who were like me and felt like everyone told them there was something wrong with them, and I still get people to tell me there's something wrong with me. And if wrong means not normal, then yeah, you bet. But it's more so that you are different, and that's okay. And I think that if you're okay with that, then it unleashes this whole new realm of possibility of being able to do what you want.
Never say you can't do it. Say I haven't done it yet.
The odds were stacked against me. I won anyway. Because I win.
But you got lucky.
Guys like you always think other people get lucky. I don't get lucky. I make my own luck.
Criticizers are more often correct, but when it matters most, incorrect.
Which is why not quitting is the best skill.
And the only thing that matters. But the competitor whose objective is to continue to play can't be beaten because by playing he wins.
It's hard to imagine, but you have to learn how to fail. And what that means is, when I fail, I can't spend much time in that fail zone. I have to be able to get up and get after it the next day just as fast. Because my goals were to be a Navy SEAL. I don't have time to stay here and feel bad for myself for weeks and months and years, because I'll lose that time. So the big thing is, know that if you have big goals and big dreams, along the way, failure is going to happen.
You want to become a master at overcoming hard moments. That is, to me, the sign of a champion. The best in the world are not the best because they win every point. It's because they know they'll lose again and again and have learned how to deal with it. You accept it, cry it out if you need to, and then force a smile.
It's so easy to be great nowadays, my friend, because most people are weak. Most people don't want to go to that extra mile. Most people don't want to find that extra because it sucks. It's miserable. It's lonely.
There are no solutions, only trade-offs.
And you're not going to do anything in life unless you make it happen. So if you feel like right now you're looking around and you're lost or directionless, I would take about 15 minutes and figure out what the hell you want to do with your life, and I would start getting after it.
It might not be okay to work your life away, but it is okay to work your 20s away. And so many of the realizations that we have arrived at are only really accessible to you because you've closed the loop of all of the ones that you needed to first.
I'd say one of the strongest mental frames that has gotten me through my hardest times is thinking this will be the story that I will one day tell. And that means the harder it is, the bigger the dragon, the more epic the story, and by consequence, the more epic the hero.
You get to face a lot of shit, young man. You got a long journey ahead of you, because you're gonna find out that while your dad did a lot of shit to you, you're gonna have to fucking make it on your own.
Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, and maybe not the next month, but only one thing is true. I will be champion one day, I promise.